Hey yo! Welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So today we got some baseball standings going on, and of course we're almost into the end. We're into our last month of the regular season, and this is the playoff push has basically already started. Basically, in a way, like most teams are kind of ahead of each other. Of course, as we already know that there's teams that are like 20 games ahead of literally the next place team. So yeah, let's just go with wild card first. So we have right now, of course, we got Houston, Yankees, and Cleveland in first place for the West, Central, and East. And then we have in the West, in the NL, we have the Dodgers, Mets, and St. Louis. So right now we have actually, is this actually saying that okay, I thought it was saying that they were clinching, but it was just saying that their division. It was confusing me. Why have I never seen that before? So yeah, so we have 83 and 47 for Houston, 79 and 51 for Yankees, 68 and 59 and Cleveland, and then Dodgers is blowing out right now with 90 wins and 38 losses. And Mets is 82 and 48, and St. Louis is 75 and 55. So of course now we have other so there's a high chance that they're gonna be making it in, depending on the seed that they're gonna be. We did, of course, have the Yankees completely just blow out the first half of the season. They were like 15 games up of like even the it was probably, I think it was like 10 games up of like even the next place team in the whole league, in the whole MLB. But of course they did get a big like reality check sort of type of thing where most teams go through it. They go through a big slump. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen in September now, leading up into the playoffs. Will we see them go off again? That's all we can never tell until it happens. Always going to say that. Always got to play the games. Yeah. So now we have, of course, Dodgers went off. Yeah, I think that they even did better than the Yankees did the first half. They were like 15 and 3 or something. No, it was like 53 and 3 or something. I don't remember the number, but it was a crazy number, and it was like, holy God, like they're going crazy right now. Yeah, so they're 90 wins, and the next place team is 83 with Houston. So they're 7 games up on them in the league, and then it's the Mets, and then the Yankees. Yeah, Yankees, and then it's St. Louis, then Cleveland. So Yankees. So Dodgers, Mets, Houston, Yankees, and then Seattle. St. Louis, Cleveland. But hey, we might be getting some teams come out of their playoff drought this year. We have Seattle is now holding the second wild card game at 71 wins, tied with Tampa Bay. This is kind of crazy. If you think about it, the East is controlling most of the division right now. Of course, the Yankees are there. You have to have one team, of course, be in the lead for the division. The only one that's not in real contention of getting into the playoffs is the Red Sox, who are under 500 by 6 games. They have not looked great this entire year, and you have maybe a couple little bursts here and there. But we might have Seattle and Baltimore end their droughts. Of course, we know Seattle has the longest drought of any professional team. I think besides the Lions of football. But yeah. So and then we have the Mets. they're kind of like that team that always kind of crashes, like first, it's like about in the second week of August or so. That really didn't happen this year. It's kind of amazing to see because they did get DeGrom and Scherzer back. They had Scherzer back for probably about 10, 15, they had him back for a little bit, but of course they had DeGrom out for a while with some injuries. He came back and he's basically been himself again. He's had, I think, one start that wasn't great, but it happens. It happened, man. Yeah, he's been looking quite dominant. DeGrom has been dominant in his last couple starts, and it's of course a great sign for the Mets that they've had him back and he's been who he is. Yeah, so that's some crazy news right there about the Mets. From the Mets, they didn't crash this August. I was actually, remember last year they were crashing. I was Lake George and we were watching the game and they were playing the Braves, who is right behind them. The Braves are 79 and 51, so they are, let me try and do a quick math, they're 3 games back right now. So it's just all a big huge situation, because I remember that happened and I was watching the game and I think they lost 2 in a row at that point, and I was like, wow, is this really gonna happen again? Unfortunately, it did. They missed the playoffs. But hey, look, they were on top. They were actually like blooming. They're doing great. So this is going to be great. I think. All right, let me go down to now just to the divisionals. As always, and this is kind of crazy. So if you look at the standings, basically Baltimore would be basically in first place in the AL Central. That's how close it is. They are separated by, right now, 19 games. The entire division. So it's 1.5, then 6, then 16, then 19. And the first place, first 3 teams are very close. That's literally 2 series for second place. For third place right now. There are 2 series. Yeah, Baltimore is at 67 wins, and they would be tied with Minnesota for second place in their division. So that's always a crazy throw up thing. Like, there's always gonna be some crazy finish to that division. I think usually same thing with the other Central. Even though yeah, not really too much actually this year. That's actually crazy that they are so second place. It's St. Louis and Milwaukee. There's 6 games, and then Chicago is 20 games. But that's not even it. You have the Dodgers. They're almost 20 games up in front of the Padres, who are the second place team in that division. You have Colorado's 35 games, could be about 40 games back by the end of the season. Wow, that just shows how dominant they've been in the last 2.5 months or so. Of course, you have 40 games. That's 40 games. That's almost it's just over a month. Yeah, this is coming down to the wire for some teams, and of course some teams are trying to hold it out and extend the lead over the teams over them. Yeah, actually, so the Yankees, as we know, they were crazy dominant. They had like I want to say they had like a 25 game lead over the last place team, which was at the point the Orioles, but now the Orioles have completely taken over the Red Sox. Red Sox have just oof. You got Detroit is down there. Kansas. They've been, ever since Kansas won the World Series in 2015, they've not been that back or even close to that. The Angels, honestly, they've kind of slightly, not really, because they're getting beat by Texas by 2 games. And Oakland, we don't even think Oakland's going to be there anymore in Oakland. I think people are saying that they're going to move to Vegas, but who knows. Yeah, so these teams, a lot of these teams are just kind of course, holding at the bottom. They don't really have any, there's no say. They can completely destroy a division if they really want, if they had the ability to do that. But of course, there's just these teams, Yankees, Houston, Dodgers, Mets, Astros, Braves, St. Louis. They were all just, of course, distancing themselves in their division, and I just can't wait for the postseason. It's always a great time that you just feel the intensity. Even every pitch is so important in so many little ways. If you make that one little mistake, just it can just destroy a game right there. You like right now, like, yeah, okay, pitch, all right, cool, like, home run, or just get a hit. Okay, cool. Go. You have 4 more innings in the playoffs. It's like, no, that pitch, that can make or break a game right there. Yeah, again, very excited about the playoffs coming up. If you're excited too about the playoffs, and you want to hear more about this, of course I'm going to be talking about it throughout the playoffs. Subscribe to the channel, because I will, as I said, I'll be doing this more. And like the video if you want, and comment. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace!